Sartorius Suter adalah seorang mualaf, pengusaha bilioner rekan Andrew Tate. Dalam percakapannya, dia menerangkan peran dan manfaat ajaran Islam bagi dirinya, serta sisi negatif pengaruh budaya hedonisme Barat bagi manusia.
Even before I took Shahada, I knew that hedonism, I knew that alcohol, I knew that all these things, they're low frequency. Like I don't know how to speak about it in a more sort of scientific manner. It's all low frequency stuff. When you go into a nightclub where a bunch of people are drunk and looking to have, superficial sex, it's dark energy stuff. It's not healthy. It's not a positive vibe, if you will, for want of a better way to put it. And so now that I've accepted Islam, I'm really happy that I have a reason to say, no, that's not the sort of person I am. I'm not doing that. And also, a lot of people are like, oh, you've had to give up this, you've had to give up that.
Karena menolak ajakan minum alkohol itu, dia menantang agar diberi satu saja alasan. Apa keburukan jika menolak minum alkohol?
Show me a negative from giving up alcohol. Show me one. You know what I mean? Like, it's all positive, man. Everything, all the restrictions that Islam brings, if you can call them that, I see the intelligence behind it because they all have a positive net impact on who you are as a man, your ability to work hard for your family, to stay disciplined, to resist temptation and shaitan and jinn and all these things. Every single change I've made has been a clear positive, and I'm very grateful for it.
Dia sangat bersyukur mendapatkan nilai-nilai positif dari ajaran Islam yang sekarang dianutnya. Tantangan terberatnya adalah melepaskan diri dari godaan dan ajakan dari teman-teman, serta lingkungan yang berbudaya hedonisme itu.
Well, you want no part of it.
Yeah.
When you've seen through the mirage that society tries to push on you, Western society, hey, get drunk, have fun, explore yourself. Maybe even, you see a lot of, like, say, Vice, for example, pushing drug use, saying, oh, yeah, it's good to use this, and here's some tips to how to use drug. It's all deeply unhealthy stuff.
Dia membandingkan antara sebelum dan setelah memeluk Islam.
I really do feel like since taking Shahada, I'm operating at a different frequency. I have a cleaner energy as a man, and both in terms of the external world and how I carry myself during the day, but also internally, I feel, how to put it, I just feel like there's more pure and more energetically sound, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Not engaging in stuff which deep down I know is a waste of time. And I see nightclubs and I see all these venues as places where, on an energetic level, it drags you down. It drags you into stuff which we're not meant to be doing as humans.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I understand that, man.
Hedonisme akan berpengaruh buruk dan hanya membuang waktu saja.
Pretty busy. I'm pretty tied into Donya, if you will. I have a lot of people who rely on me, both family, employees, so on. Well, my time is pulled in many different directions. And I don't really believe in stress or any of these things, but I do get to the point where it's constant churn, and then before you know it, the day's over.
Dia merasa bahwa saat berjalan menuju masjid pun telah membuat ketenangan bagi dirinya.
The beauty of Salah, especially, being able to walk across to the masjid, that's the time, your heart can be at rest. And I really feel the benefits of that.
Dan dia memiliki kebiasaan untuk pergi ke masjid lebih awal, duduk sejenak di dalam masjid. Dia memiliki kebiasaan untuk mempelajari arti dari doa-doa yang dibacanya. Dalam perenungan, dia sungguh-sungguh menyadari betapa pentingnya memahami makna di balik setiap kata dalam doa yang diucapkannya. Tidak ada gangguan dari telepon atau panggilan meeting yang biasa mengganggunya. Dia berusaha untuk memperdalam pemahamannya dan meningkatkan spiritualnya. Hal ini membuat dirinya berada dalam kedamaian.
There's no phones. Mm-hmm. There's no calls. There's no, hey, I want this meeting. My attention is not pulled in many different directions. That simple act of turning off Donya and focusing on what's real and that deeper element to life, it's energetically, I see a very clear boost. It's almost like hitting a refresh button multiple times a day. I love it.
Dirasakan olehnya kerinduan untuk mendapatkan ketenangan di masjid jika sedang bekerja di luar kota.
When I'm traveling, when I'm not in Dubai, I genuinely long for it. I long for being able to go to the masjid. Like, I feel, and this is new for me, I feel something's missing by not having that refresh button set numerous times a day. I'm 40 years old now, and learning isn't as easy as it used to be. Whereas the time that I put into learning about Islam, I want more. It's not a chore. I'm not having to force myself to learn.
Dia merasakan suatu sensasi yang belum pernah dialami sebelumnya, yaitu semakin banyak dia membaca ajaran Islam, maka dia merasa semakin bersemangat dan semakin ingin mendalami lebih banyak lagi tentang Islam.
Whereas putting aside all the business and all the mentoring and focusing on Islam. I love it. I do it every day. Every day is part of my sleep hygiene. I'll read something about our faith, and the more I read, the more I want to read. That's a very unique sensation as a man. Everything else that I have to learn can be a chore, whereas learning about Islam it's the more energy I put in, the more energy I get out of it. It's really cool.
Sejak masuk Islam, kebiasaan membacanya menjadi tumbuh kembali, walau telah lama ditinggalkannya.
I've stopped reading, to be honest, until I took Shahada. Now I'm reading again. So it's because you know how it is with devices and with phone calls and meetings. It's constant churn. I think your brain gets less stimulus when you just take an old school book and slow down and read and focus on one thing. Nowadays, everyone's they're watching TV and they got their devices out and they're having conversations with people, putting all that aside and just focusing on something very slow and manual like reading. I think less and less people are doing that nowadays. Whereas Islam gives you that motivation to just slow yourself down and focus on what's real. I think it's a very sacred thing.
Menurutnya, Islam menimbulkan motivasi, ketenangan diri, dan fokus pada realita. Dan itu adalah hal yang benar-benar sakral.